So hi, so this is another video in the IoT Greengrass series. We have the first video where we installed the Raspberry Pi and the Greengrass modules on the Raspberry, and we had the second one where we made a Hello World in Python, and the third one we actually installed NodeJS so it was usable for Greengrass. So now this episode we will do the same thing as the second one, so we will do a Hello World but in JavaScript instead, a Lambda written in JavaScript, and so we will create that. The only thing it will do is post a message on the topic Hello World every 5 seconds. So we will deploy this Lambda to AWS. We will configure AWS IoT to use this Lambda, and we will configure AWS IoT to allow this Lambda to post on the MQTT topic Hello World to IoT Cloud. Because if we don't do that, the Lambda will post, but nothing will be sent to the cloud. We will then deploy the Lambda and right to the Greengrass device and verify that the messages are received in IoT Cloud. So the code for this one can be found here at where all the examples are, and then you will get the structure like this if you didn't see the video too. And under the Hello World example Lambda NodeJS, here is where we will have this code. And as I said in the other one, in this page, which will be linked below as well, you need to go there to fetch the SDK for Java, which I have done. So it is here in the Greengrass Core SDK JS, and here we have AWS Greengrass Core. And you need to take this and you need to copy this into not the root project as we did for the Lambda, but to the node modules block. I've already done that here, so you see it's here. So it needs to be in the node module, not in the root for this SDK. Yeah, and so for the JavaScript Lambda code, then we're going to go into that. We'll shortly go through it, just as we do with the Python one. We will first use the AWS Greengrass Core SDK, because that's what we will use to post messages to MQTT. And from that one, we will get the IoT client. Then we have the OS, which we will use later on, because we want to fetch some information around that. From the OS, and then we will see if we have the actual code here. So what will happen here is that we will first get the actual name of the IoT thing from the environment variable AWS IoT thing name, and we will here create the actual message that we will post on the MQTT, and here we defined what the topic we post to, Hello World, and then we will actually here create a string with just a message, Hello World, sent to Greengrass Core from Node.js, and then device name, which will be my name, which we fetched from the device environment variables. And then we will define the actual function that will be run continuously, where we will just use the IoT client, publish the message we created here, and when we get the callback here, it will just console log the error and the data that we receive. After we have defined the function, we will actually ensure that this function is run every 5 seconds, 5,000 milliseconds. So that is, so it will be called, and then once every 5 seconds we will call this and it will post a new message, the same message each time. Then, just as I said for the Python part, when you create a Lambda, you need to expose a handler function, because a Lambda expects this. So we will define a function here, even though it will do nothing. It will just log stuff, but it will never be called actually. So that is actually the only thing that we will need to do. You need to, of course, run npm install first to install the dependencies. We only have one, I think, here. It's the seaboard. But anyway, you need to do that first before you can run anything. And ensure that we have the Greengrass core SDK, because if you clean the NodeJS, of course, then remember to copy that in this one again, otherwise it won't work. Then I created just a zip file here. We'll actually just change the name here. We'll call this this. So this will copy the index file, package.json, log file, and node modules to this file, GDS lambda .zip. So if we just run this, of course, then we will have created a zip file here, and this is the zip file we need to upload to the Lambda then when we create this in the AWS Cloud. So, going back here to the IoT core, just to show the entire way here. So we have the IoT core. When you, in the first step, when you created your installed the Greengrass module on your Raspberry Pi, you gave the group name and the device the core name. So this is the group name I choose. So that was automatically created in your account. And also the core, you created IoT core 1 here. That was also automatically created. If you did ask it to create a Lambda, you will see it here. If you want to remove that, you have to remove it. Just also make sure that you remove the subscription, otherwise you will get an error. So remove both of them. But now we will add a new Lambda. And we will create a new Lambda from scratch. And we will, I think we will call it the same as we did for this one here. GS Lambda node, and we will use NodeJS 12x. That's the one we want to have. So now we create this Lambda, which will just create some, will just contain some dummy code, but we will then upload the code we created and zipped. So we'll have the real version of code here. So we take our zip file and we go into Node.js and we take the zip file and save that. So now you see here, this is the code we went through earlier, and we have the node modules, and the node modules contains, didn't contain the AWS JDK. Okay, so something was wrong here. Let's see here what happened. Yeah, sure. So when you run npm install, you actually sometimes you will this AWS Greengrass core SDK will be removed. So ensure again that we copy this so it's actually there. Move that one in. And now we run the zip file once more. And now we will see if we upload the code once again. And let's see if we actually have all the stuff we need here now then. Didn't. So it didn't use the cached version or something like that? Yeah, just did. So now we actually, so now you see we have the AWS Greengrass core SDK here as well, and that's what we have. What's that? Now, for this to work with the IoT, we need to create a new version. We'll just call this 1. And we also need to create an alias. We'll just call this version 1 here. So now we have created an alias and a version. So we need to do that, otherwise we will not. We need to select that in the AWS IoT later on. So now when we go back here, we can say that we use the existing Lambda here, the one we uploaded, and here we point at the alias, not the version, the alias. So we need to have that. So now we have the Lambda function here, and we have the correct alias. But we now need to go in here because this has created a normal default Lambda, and we need actually to say that this is long-lived and run for infinite. And we will also extend the timeout, otherwise this will not work. Because we have made a for loop in here, and so it needs to be run continuously, otherwise it will just have listened to incoming triggers. So now we also need to add a subscription, and we need to have our Lambda, and we want this to post to the cloud, and we want to allow it to post on topic hello world. So nice, so now we have all these things, and we will deploy it. Now we'll see it's pending. In progress. Yeah, so now it's successfully completed. We go back to the IoT core here, and to test, and we subscribe to hello world. Acknowledge it's received, and just as a string, and we will subscribe to that, and what do you know, here we go. We actually get the message once every 5 seconds. Hello world, sent from Greengrass core, and with the device name IoT core 1. So now we have a Lambda written in JavaScript, running on as a Lambda in Greengrass, posting messages back to the cloud using MQTT.